What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. Futures market, little bit of a chop fest, so we're gonna see how that carries over into the live market. But we got all the party people in the house. A new name. I'm not sure if I'm gonna say this one right, so let me know if I Artref. Did I say that correct? If I do, or if I did, just let me know. If I didn't, just try to respell that so I could spell it because I'm dumb. That's pretty much the essential. That's pretty much it. Just let me know. But good morning to you. We got Albert House. Good morning, Anna, Bill, Brad, Cheryl. Good morning, Georgia. Good morning. Good morning to Jay, Lauren, Marius. Good morning to Micus, Peter, Tim, all my people out in YouTube land. Good morning to all you guys, even the lurkers. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe buttons. Albert's already coming in hot with Tesla and Coinbase. All right, we'll take a look at all those as well. SPY, we had two numbers come out. So we had ADP at 8:15 today. Uh, Not much. We had a little bit of selling on it. Not much movement, honestly, to it. Came in essentially light, and then we had jobless numbers also coming in light. Market did like it for a few seconds, but that rally did not hold. So where we sit right now is 550.51 pre-market. We obviously closed at 550.95, so small little gap down. I gotta hold on. Gotta hold on. Big support. Big support is 550.96. The one right after that is 549.72. So we're right there. Both of those have been hit before. Both of those have been to this range before. Notably, yesterday. Yesterday was a retest gap. So we talked about this yesterday, where we thought a lot of the buying probably wasn't actually buying. It was just more anybody who was in there short, kind of opening at some kind of support, looking to take some gains, some profits, and you have a candle that ends up looking like an inverted hammer at the end of the day. So still not a strong candle. Not really giving me any signs that we are probably going to rally today. So now re-pushing into those supports, which we already have retested. I think we have the possibility to break down. I don't know if we hit this full gap fill, but I would be looking for 542.96. I don't know if we hit that today, but regardless, I think we still have a decent drop ahead of us. If we start breaking that support, that could take us down to 545.44 would be probably my target for today. And then if we get to extended selling, we got 543.06. Then we can come in with some decent support somewhere around 541.72, 541.30, somewhere in that zone. But that would be pretty much essentially breaking the low of yesterday. Could get a little trippy, but we'll see. Qs. And I think most of it is going to be led by probably Nvidia as well. So we'll take a look at Nvidia, and then we'll get to some of the tickers that you guys have as well. But we have the Qs. So the Qs is again inverted hammer. We did have some positivity out of the gate yesterday, but that essentially took us into our resistance zone 465.22. We ended up putting a VWAP or VPOC in lower than that previous day, and it looks like we opened right at support yesterday as well, so we got down into this 558.06 zone. Right now we're opening 509.09, so little chop fest. We are below the 100 EMA on the Qs as well. The one spot we haven't really retested, and maybe this could hold us up, but again, the SPY has a lot of room to it. So 457.25, I think it's kind of a last hope. I don't think getting underneath yesterday's candle is going to really bring bulls confidence to save it at the support. The next level down for me would be 451.43. So again, I think we could potentially have a decent down day. Otherwise, we might just chop around, which would be awful. But I think the chop would be a little bit more to the downside. So like I said, futures were just kind of all over the place, positive, negative, and just kind of bounce back and forth. And we'll see if that wants to play out today. Nvidia, though, which again, I think will have a lot of weight on spies and Qs, whether we could break some of those key supports or not. Also, kind of same thing, big level of support somewhere around this 104.42. I think if we start to lose that, I don't really have anything else until about $100.53. So that I think will definitely help us get past any of that support and then kind of take us on that little free fall that we potentially have setting up in the market. So still above it, not big resistance. I think right now is 105.94. If we start to break that, I'd have to be looking at yesterday's VPOC as resistance, so that would take me to this 108.26 zone. I forget where our target was yesterday. Was it? No, I think it was a little bit higher. So yeah, we wouldn't even be able to take that same trade for 2 hours. But I think we had what 108.39, I believe, was target. So we have VPOC coming in slightly lower than that, which means if we want to try to play it off support in a bullish direction, knowing that some bulls probably have to step in here. And again, I don't know if I'm really comfortable doing that one today. It was a lot clearer of a retest yesterday, where now we're just kind of opening this chop zone and the support's all been messed with before. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to definitely keep an eye on Nvidia to kind of guide the rest of the market, I think. All right, let me get to some of these tickets. Tickers. We got Tesla. We'll take a look at first. Tesla is a little bit stronger yesterday than most of the market. Continues today. Let me look at this pre-market. I think Elon was putting out some robo-taxi updates, I believe. Where was this kind of pullback spot to this morning? 223.03. 223.03. We didn't really retest. It's a good looking gap. I think it's a good looking gap for bullish direction. My concern would be that it is a retest gap from yesterday, but we are clearing this pivot too. So that's going to weigh into it. I don't know if it's going to be a absolute beast today, but it does have some room to the higher side. So the first spot I'd be looking for is 229.06. The next one after that, which we could get to, is 231.22. It's got some strength kind of built into it. I think at least this 229 and change could hit today. 229.06. Maybe if the market actually is even just staying choppy, that could give Tesla a little edge too. 231.22 would probably be the target on that. I don't have support really until first spot 223.80, so that's maybe where we came back to that pre-market. I like it bullish. I just have to figure out how I want to get into it. I don't know necessarily that I want to buy it at open, but I'm not also opposed to it. Just because we are breaking out of this little pivot too. Let's see if we get any kind of pullback, any kind of high wave candle. Maybe I could take a break, get at least some better risk reward. I think I'd only really start to look around this 223.85, 88 zone. If we get down there, that's the first spot I would look. Otherwise, a really good spot if we come back for a retest. I don't know necessarily even that we hit that VPOC of 221.16, so maybe we could look for like 222.37. But got to take a look at that one. Got to take a look at that one for a bullish move. I'm okay losing on it because it looks good, and that's essentially all I need to get into a trade. And then hopefully we get some positive results from it, which would be cool. But I do like it bullish, just to kind of figure out how to get into that thing. On the other hand, not looking as healthy, probably has to go to the crypto doctor, would be Coinbase with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of selling. I believe Bitcoin is down as well this morning. So not a great look or feel for Bitcoin. This one's also gapping under this candle, which is August 24th. Not a good open. Not at all. Support could get us on this one. Otherwise, it looks short. I like it in the short direction. Maybe we could get it a little bit higher though. The next kind of support where we might get some kind of a balance is 159.67. Anything after that, I think we start to get down into this 154.34 range, and then I still have not quite a gap. I think it's filled, but a decent little spread into like 147.90. So it could come down a decent amount. I don't know that all happens today, but if the market starts breaking that support and Bitcoin is also coming down with it, that might be a goal for today with a decent ramp. But keep in mind, this is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of selling in a row. So Probably best bet at these levels. And again, depends on where this thing opens. We're still technically, I think, inside day. Yeah, we're still inside day. Risk the rewards probably to the bull side out of the gate. You'll know pretty quickly if this thing is about to break down or not. So target to the bull side would be 165.76 if you want to try to catch some type of fade. We'll see. Let's see. But otherwise, that would also be my spot to probably try to maybe go short. That's still not even the best spot, honestly, if we were looking for like a 50% retracement of this. A much better area to look would be 181.38 if we get there, but you can have some resistance on the way up. JetBlue, definitely one to watch though. I think I like it. I think there could be some decent moves in Coinbase. JetBlue. Was this news? So they got a guidance boost. Okay. Guidance boost. Inside candle on the one with the high volume. Except we're breaking above that opening price. You also got the next kind of resistance on this one, 539, and then you got that 50 EMA to hold you down pretty much essentially at the same price as well. And then we're not out of that full range candle yet. I'd almost want to see this thing come up into the 539 out of the gate, get rejected, pull back, and then look for an opportunity to get in. The pullback, the support isn't really until 508, so you still have better risk to the downside playing this one as a fade, but that is some good bullish momentum. I don't think I'd want to play this one short. I'd let it do its thing, see if we get rejected at that 539, and then look for that opportunity somewhere. And I'm not sure if that spot is 526, but my better spot would be somewhere around 509 if this thing pulls back a little bit more. Asana. Asana, yeah. They had a still a rough day, even though they had a little bit of a good retest candle. We're into we haven't fully retested, right? So my retest spot would be about 1340. They made a good effort, and again, I don't necessarily think this is bulls, although this opened at a pretty good location at support, big gap down, nice little retest spot, and this one did push up higher. We're right into resistance on this one as well, so if I was to go bullish, I'd probably want some kind of open anywhere, but or not open, but I'd want us to get above $12.75 if we could do that. Then I think we have some kind of shot for this gap fill. Otherwise, what I wouldn't mind seeing, and again, I don't know what happens at open, but I think this is a good spot to get rejected to the downside. Again, I don't think this thing ran up on great news and everyone's bullish on Asana. I think it's just more of let's take some profits, or you have maybe some bulls at the lows. But again, those bulls are now profitable. So I would expect if we open here, we get some kind of a pullback. If you want to try to close that gap up, my spot to get in on this one would be a lot closer to this 1249 zone. So it takes me back 11 cents from where we're at, 11, 12 cents from where we're currently sitting. That would give me a better opportunity to make that kind of push into that gap fill. But still big day yesterday. Even if you have bulls in this thing, I think they're probably nervous at this point. I think you also have a lot of bag holders on this one that if we start to move a little bit higher, they could lose less. That might be a good opportunity for them to just get out and just take the loss and reassess the entire position and possibly their trading careers. We'll see. But CrowdStrike, CRWD. Mar says, hi, how to calculate the R unit? Um, Briefly explained, your R is just your risk. You can determine what you want it to be, but whatever your account size is, your R should be no more than 2% of your entire account, not including margins, so just physical cash in the account. Most traders trade with 1% or under risk unit. But more detailed explanation, if you go to reallifetrading.com, we do have free videos, free full education classes you guys can take. That one would be in the beginner's course pretty early on as well, and we'll just give you a more detailed breakdown of that. But essentially, you're looking for a percentage of your account, no more than 2%, and then if you get it close to 1%, you'll be pretty well off. We got CrowdStrike. Man, they're not giving me a lot of great stuff. This one, I like it short, not at open. I'd want some kind of a retest, probably into this 259.59 zone. And then I think a better short opportunity would come in. But yeah, I do like this one coming down at probably future target 247.97. Let me see if there's any volume. We got one little volume zone here. The next one, yeah, 260.37. If you're taking stops, I'd want stops at least 261.15. But I think this one looks good. I think be patient and open. See if you get some kind of a pullback on that one. Lucian's got Marvell from our list. Okay. Marvell. Yeah, me and Lucian, we were kind of working on a little scanner setup yesterday. That was fun. Mm-mm-mm. So this one you're telling me fits the criteria. The scan setup is only bullish for right now. You didn't go through it and change it, right, Lucian? So according to this, we'd want to I'm not taking this play, but I'm gonna watch it because it's on the list. So let's say we go entry here. Let's say we go stop here. This would be buy the dip. Uh for day trade, that's not bad. Let's come a little lower with that stop. Out of curiosity, I'll just throw a 2 hour target out. 70.87. Then we got 68.36. The market's not exactly bearish. It's a little more choppy, so a bull play wouldn't be horrible. 75.89 would be 2 hours. That can't be 2 hours, is it? Yeah. 75.89, if I did those numbers correctly. Well, that would take me into that zone up here. Target. Okay. And then I'm gonna move it higher, and we'll see. We'll see if how that one wants to play out. I do see a bunch of resistance above us on this one specifically. I think 71.13 could be a little tough, and then 71.41. And again, we wouldn't have to take this spread exactly. That's also a 2 hour target, so even looking for a 1.2 gets us better pricing on this one. But that's how that would look. So we'll leave it there. See how that one wants to play out. We got NSC. North Fork. This one's still in a bullish trend, so that's not bad. We are not at all-time highs. That's a big pivot that we got to break through. So yeah, entry on that one, 255.04. See if that support wants to hold. Probably target on the day for this one will take us up to about 258. Let's get this one higher just in case. I like that support a lot. Not sure if we're a little too high on this one though. That would be my issue. WPM. Mm, WPM is opening into a resistance that is bullish, but big resistance up there. This one would have to pull back relatively decent. At least I'll just my alert's gonna go off right away on this one. I'll throw just a bullish target there. WPM. AI is getting hard. Yeah, AI is getting a little beat up today. JetBlue has a 22% short float. So that one we did look at. But now with that new information, interesting. I still wanted to pull back a little bit. I still got to get that better risk reward. Let's push this one up a lot higher though. I do love playing with a good short float. JetBlue. I still need some. Give me like a good setup intraday. But if we can squeeze all that volume, if you're 22% short float and you got that volume in there, we are definitely trapping some bears. Not all of them, but some of them. Let's see. We got Dick's Sporting Goods. DKS. Luke says, "What's your thoughts on MasterCard double top?" Let's take a look at that one too. So we got Dix. This was a major gap down on earnings, which were good earnings. Again, maybe guidance was. I thought the guidance was good. I thought they also increased the divvy. Was this them that did that? But yeah, they got clobbered yesterday. This is a retest gap. My target on this one would be about 231.95. We got some room to the higher side. Don't think it's gonna be easy. We got to get through this 225.92. For my target today, I'd probably even come a little lower, 225.44. Still gives us about $4, less than $4 to the higher side on this one. Um, if I was to try this one, I would want some kind of pullback into. So let's set a little bit of an alert at yesterday's VPOC on this one. So 217.50. Let's get an alert there. We'll see if that goes off. That'd be an interesting spot to buy. Stop wise on this one, the real stop is 206.98, so I can't really use that for a day trade. It's too wide. But if we can get some kind of decent setup around that alert, I'd be interested in that. Let me take a look at AI, and then we'll go to MasterCard. Georgie says, "Did you ever go over Nvidia? I think I blacked out." We did, but I'll cover it again. We'll pull it up again. AI is absolutely getting demolished. Not bad earnings. They did beat by earnings per share by 62%, so essentially 8 cents. They were expecting a loss. Not bad there. And then they did come in with 274,000 higher in revenue than expected. So not horrible, not an impressive quarter, but not bad. Revenue, I wish it was a lot higher, but not bad at all. And then I guess my assumption would be, without knowing, is that guidance. Oh, there you go. So shares fall on quarterly subscription miss. So subscriptions are down, but revenue's up. Does that mean that they're able to charge more? They got some pricing power, potentially. I wouldn't mind looking at this one actually for a fade, Lucian. I got support somewhere around $18.12. Let's see if we got some interesting VPOCs somewhere around here, $18.36. So let's see if we want to come a little bit lower on this one first, but I think this one actually runs up a little bit bullish today with a fade. Let's add that alerts on AI as well. We'll scoot this one higher on the list too. But I think this one gets bought up. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. All right, let's take a look at MasterCard MA. Luke's telling me there's a double top on MasterCard. Well, it's a double top if it doesn't go higher. So we don't know yet. But the rest of the market has been kind of pulling back last few days. MasterCard's still hanging out pretty high up there. Big resistance is actually 489.41. So it's got some room still. And then we did put in kind of a high wave indecision candle. Almost looks like a flag at this point, to be honest. So I don't really see us coming down quite yet. But this looks like a bull flag. If we could start breaking out of this zone right here, which essentially, if we could get any pricing that starts to clear 484.84, I think we can actually go higher on this one. Until we start breaking down and actually rolling over, then it will have a little bit more sign, I think, of some kind of double top. But for right now, that is quite the bullish move. Does it need a pullback? It looks like it needs it, but it doesn't mean we're going to get it. So if you're in it long, I'd still probably be in there long. If it's a trade, I'd be moving my stops up at least somewhere probably under 479.65 if you get it there. But you do have a few wicks up here, so as we are approaching higher, there is some selling pressure coming in. You are pretty far extended from some of those moving averages as well, but does it mean it's going to be a double top? Not necessarily, but it is something I would keep an eye on because you could get that little rollover. But otherwise, other than that, 49.31 would be my real target on that one. All right, let's go over Nvidia again, and then we'll pull up X. So Nvidia, I don't know. I think this one's still got a lot of pressure on it. That is still 1, 2, 3, 4 days of selling in a row. You have, I think this inverted hammer. It's got some selling pressure, but I think most of the buying that came in yesterday was just some shorts covering their positions. Why wouldn't they? We're in a good support. That's kind of why we played it yesterday. It was in this support, and we were looking for that balance. I don't think that balance is the same as yesterday because even that VPOC. So we got 108. I think it was like 108.26, something like that. But the VPOC is a lot lower than it was yesterday, so we have less range. And right now we're opening under the opening price from yesterday. So still hanging in to yesterday's candle, but I think it looks weak, and I think I like it still to the short side of things. And I think we probably end up coming back down to this 169 cent zone, $100.50 would actually be a decent spot to look for Nvidia. Let's take a look at X. So X is a mess, Tim. Yeah. They have the no deal option on the table. So if you really like X, you're probably scrolling all the way back to where before any deals were announced, and I'm not sure exactly where that was. I forget where that deal kind of came in. Was it back here? No, this is COVID lows. It wasn't there. So it's probably in the zone, which we're approaching. I think this one comes down a little bit lower. The excitement, I think, is kind of taken out with the no deal. So unless you think another deal comes back on the table, why are you kind of owning this one? Unless it really, really drops. So people that were in it and they were kind of just waiting, they got the news they wanted. It was popped up essentially to the price where they were trying to buy the company for. That was really your spot to just take your profits. I don't even if it's another dollar or two higher. Like, why would you have to wait for a potential no deal to come through? So I would have just kind of taken my profits. Is this the buy spot for me? Probably not. I'd want to wait for like 24.51, see if this one wants to pull back a little bit further. But for me, it'd probably be a no action day today on X. I don't know how well it trades besides obviously yesterday, but look for probably some kind of a balance into like 30.91. Use that as resistance. If we start getting above it, I don't necessarily know that I want to go bullish, but AI has a 23% short float as well. Where's that one on my list? Did I move that up? I did. All right. Otherwise, Chewy. We got like 12 seconds. See if I can squeeze this one in. Chewy just kind of hanging out. Yep, you got support of the 20 if it starts to break that. So essentially yesterday's lows. I would look for targets down to like 25.64. Otherwise, there was a nice breakout candle. We're still in that one. A bit more chop fest on Chewy. But everybody out on YouTube, Lynn, I appreciate you joining us each and every day. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I know who you are if you haven't done it. I know. I can see. No, I can't see. But just go on the honor system. Go on the honor system. You guys are awesome.